Hey guys, how's it going? It's Target here. Welcome back to another episode of the Tampa Bay Lightning Be a GM. When I left off, we had talked about possibly picking up John Gibson. We've been paying attention, close attention to what goalies have been available in terms of 4.5 yellow stars, guys that are going to be goaltenders of the future. And you know what? The landscape hasn't changed as much. I even opened up the search here to 4 yellow stars. So anywhere from 4 yellow stars to 4.5 green stars, and see what's available. Really, the only one that's available is John Gibson and Malcolm Subban. You've also got Storm Phaneuf, but the fact of the matter is Storm Phaneuf is a ways off. He's 2 years younger than both of those guys, John Gibson and Malcolm Subban, and he's basically 15 overall points lower than the highest, which is John Gibson. John Gibson is 77 overall, 21 years old. He's still got 5 years before he maxes out. And I could picture John Gibson to be in the high 80s, maybe even get up to 90. And Malcolm Subban is 70 overall, 21 years old, same age, but 7 overall points lower. I'm thinking that Malcolm Subban maxes out in the mid-80s, kind of like a Tuukka, like 85, 86, 87, kind of like a Tuukka Rask, as opposed to what John Gibson could be, which would be an elite goaltender. Now, from here, we also have another option, and that would be to look for any goalie. And we will do, actually, you know what, I'm going to edit this one here. We'll do any goalie, and, no, not, it's 30 overall, 30 years old. We went up to 40. And the highest overall goaltender is basically what we'd be going for. So that's our other option. We could pick up a Carey Price, or a Jonathan Quick, or a Henrik Lundqvist, or a Pekka Rinne, but the fact of the matter is these guys are going to come with a salary cap. And that's something that we might not necessarily be able to afford. Jonathan Quick is 5'6", he's 91 overall, and he'd give us an answer now, but again, we'd be giving up a lot to get him, more than we probably can afford, the fact of the matter is. And to put things on, to compound the problem, nobody's going to want to get rid of an elite goaltender, because everybody's looking for one. You pretty much got to deal with what you got, and then, hope for the future is basically how it works. The only other, like, Carey Price would be a nice pickup for us. He's 91 overall, just like Jonathan Quick and Henrik Lundqvist. And he's a little bit younger, too. He's 2 years younger. And his value is a little bit lower than Quick, too, which is actually quite astounding to me. It's probably his cap. Yeah, you got an extra $1 million on Carey Price versus Jonathan Quick. So in terms of bang for your buck, Jonathan Quick definitely is the best value. Now, at that price, that's a good price. But the problem here is, his value is so high. In order to get him, we would have to give up, and I'd be fine with this, but they don't want him either. It would be Brett Connolly and DeAngelo, these two guys right here, because obviously in the future, we're not going to have room for Connolly. We've got 2 elite snipers in Jonathan Drouin and Nikita Kucherov. And we've also got now Yakupov, another 4.5 yellow star player, a playmaker this time, and he's a right winger as well. So I just don't see Brett Connolly slotting anywhere in there. Even if Yakupov isn't part of the future, like, long term, he will give us a better result than Brett Connolly ever will in terms of if we want to trade Yakupov for a defender. So we could maintain a solid top 6 if we wanted to, just by having Yakupov over Brett Connolly. So I think that Connolly is definitely on his way out, and a lot of you guys mentioned Connolly, adios, see you later. But we have a goaltender that would be able to last for us for this year, and that's Hellenius. But Jonathan Quick would just be too much to give, too much to get, and we don't have enough to get him. So I think that the best bet for us is to go with John Gibson from Anaheim, and he'll be a good goalie too. He'll be in the, he'll be in the 90s. He'll probably be in the 90s. So they've also got Connor McDavid too. That's crazy. That's nuts. They're pretty set, the Anaheim Ducks, with Connor McDavid, Corey Perry, Ryan Getzlaf. They've got Aaron Ekblad as well. Good God, that's crazy. They're gonna be a tough team to contend with. Jeez, that's nuts. All right. Anyway, we're not looking at players. We're looking at goalies, and we're looking at John Gibson. So, yeah, John Gibson has a decent cap hit. Oops. What is it exact? Or not cap hit, sorry. Decent value. It comes to about the middle of the A. Now, we don't really have a player that I don't think that they're going to want, that we're going to want to get rid of, that comes up to the middle of the A. You'd be looking at Victor Hedman. And even then, Victor Hedman wouldn't do it because they don't want to get rid of John Gibson. And cap hit issues and all that stuff. So basically, we'd be giving up young players. Now, I like Victor Hedman, Dougie Hamilton, and Zach Bogosian. There's no doubt about it. I would be willing to give up DeAngelo, Anthony D'Angelo. He's a 4.5 yellow star offensive defenseman. All right, he would be our only other offensive defenseman in the system. The other option we might have would be Cuckoo, Slater Cuckoo. He's a 2A defenseman. Now, 2A defenseman is something we have. He's 21. How old is D'Angelo? He's 19. You know what? I'm going to swap those out. We don't have too many offensive defensemen. We already have 2 solid defensemen. The only problem that we could run into here is cap space. At 1.4 for Slater Cuckoo, they may not want him. So that may give us a problem. But Slater Cuckoo is a good option for us, I guess, over D'Angelo. Their value is similar. Looks like D'Angelo's a little bit higher. Now, another player I'd want to get rid of would be Brett Connolly. Now, they don't want Brett Connolly, so that's okay. The value's not quite there yet. We're going to have to give up another player anyway. Now, the question is, who's that other player? Does that player become Nemesnikov? We pretty much, at that point, if we get rid of Nemesnikov, we have no depth prospects. We have no more prospects. But we're building to something better. We've got pretty much everybody want in the NHL, and I think that's part of the problem everybody's having with what I'm doing here, is I'm getting rid of a lot of prospects, defensive and offensive, and we're going to end up replacing players here and there. We're going to build as we go. And so we're at the point in time where the draft isn't the biggest deal for us. Our picks aren't the biggest deal for us. And our prospects aren't the biggest deal for us yet. There will come a time in the future when we're going to want to make sure we have a solid prospect pool. But that solid prospect pool will be built when you've got current players to play. How do you think Detroit does it every year? They have prospects all the time, yes, but they're willing to deal those prospects for immediate help, and that's something we need to do now. So I feel like that we need to do that. Now, Nemesnikov, they want Nemesnikov, so he would be a good deal for us. That way we do keep a defensive prospect in the system for us, and you know what? We could go out and we could trade, and we can get any kind of prospect we want. So I think I'm going to throw I think I'm going to throw Nemesnikov on there. So Slater Cuckoo, Brett Connolly, and Nemesnikov. Do I think that'll go through? That might. That very well might go through. This is going to give us our goalie of the future. He'll be the backup goalie in the NHL this year for us. So it is sort of an immediate impact. We're going to feel the effects of John Gibson, whether we like it or not, and that's going to help him grow as a player too. So I think this is a pretty good deal, straight across. Slater Cuckoo, Brett Connolly, and Vladimir Nemesnikov. I mean, Nemesnikov's a 4 yellow star player as well, but you need to keep in mind, we have a top 6 that's already pretty much built. We've got it built around the likes of Sidney Crosby, Jonathan Drouin, Nikita Kucherov, Nal Yakupov, Valtteri Filppula, and currently Carl Hagelin. That's a solid second line of 85 overalls, and then you've got 2 85s and a 95. That's just getting better. So I feel like our top 6 is fine, and you know what? Bottom 6 forwards are easier to come by. Much, much easier to come by. So I feel like this is a good trade for us. Like I said, yeah, we are losing some of our prospect pool here. Unfortunately, we're not likely to be able to ask for anybody back in return that would be, a prospect like this guy right here, Peter Holland. He's currently like a fourth liner. Let's see, Palmieri. He's currently an NHLer. 2A forward, 84 overall. The young guys, Shea Theodore, 19 years old, offensive defenseman, 4 yellow stars. The value's too high, and we'd be giving up too much to get him. So I feel like that this is a good option for us. Slater Cuckoo, Brett Connolly, and Vladislav Nemesnikov. I'm sorry if any of you disagree with this deal, but we do need to address our goaltending issue. And you know what? You've got these guys for a reason. Nemesnikov, I'm not trying to justify it to me. I'm trying to justify it to you guys so you understand where I'm coming from with this. Vladislav Nemesnikov is a centerman, a 4-star centerman. He's already 22 years old. You know what? Yeah, he'll probably be in the NHL when he's 24 years old. But how effective a centerman is he going to be? What more is he going to bring to the table than Valtteri Filppula already brings? That's what I look at when I consider a player. Let's take a look at Brett Connolly here, all right? Brett Connolly, for a sniper, 83 and 84 wrist shot power is not quite going to cut it, even if you're 78 overall. Let's give him an opportunity with a club that'll be able to actually do something with him. He's a pretty well-balanced sniper, and that's part of the reason why, he's probably not progressing as well as we would like, is because he's got very balanced categories. They're all in the mid-80s, where we'd like to see, the shooting higher, and, he doesn't necessarily need to have the best physical category, but you know what? He's a good balanced sniper that will do well somewhere else, just not in our system. And considering, how old is he, 23? 23 years old at 78 overall. He could shoot up, but you know what? So far he hasn't. And Slater Cuckoo, 62 overall, 21 years old. You know what? He's already getting up there. His shot is decent, but Slater Cuckoo just does not appear to be getting any better. And you guys also said Slater Cuckoo doesn't get too much better and to trade him. So this is kind of what you guys wanted. But anyway, John Gibson will be for ours for Slater Cuckoo, Brett Connolly, and Nemistikov. Will go through? And it will. On behalf of the Anaheim Ducks organization, I accept your trade offer. We'll see you out on the ice. That makes us better as an organization, guys. There's no doubt about it. That gives us a really good option now. If we wanted to, and this is if we wanted to, we could go out and, you know, we could trade our... We don't have any picks this year. We could trade our first-round pick for a 4-star player. You know, stuff like that will make you better. But that makes us better as a club, like I said. I think that in the future, that will be a big deal for us. Now, we don't need a goaltender unless there's one available, but I seriously doubt it because I'm not seeing anybody with any decent overall goalies. Yeah, you're looking at the best of the best right here. Anton Khudobin, and probably no potential goalies. There is Pascal, Eddie Pascal, 74 overall. I guess we could pick up another goalie. We do already have a 4.5-star goalie, but you can never have too many. You know what? Well, let's extend him a contract. No one else is interested in him. Oh, I'm getting reminders. There we go. So we'll just give him a contract there. All right. So I think that makes us better. You know, I hope you guys agree with that move. I feel like that will give us positive, give us something positive in the future. Now, is there anything I can do for GM Tracker? Any upgrades I can do here before we take off on this sim? Not quite yet. We're very close, but not quite yet. Let's go up to then September 13th. And let's get the next season underway. I'm really excited to get this season started. This is going to be an interesting year, and I say that every year. So we got Eddie Pascal. So that's another goaltender that gives us options, you know. And Austin Levi accepted our offer. That's good. Austin Levi, I'm interested to see how good he gets. Some of you said he gets really good. And some people said that, who else? Adam Ernie gets like an 87 overall two-way forward. My God, if he can get there, I'll be very happy. I'll be very happy. One of the things you also don't know is how good everybody's going to get here in the offseason. You know? Brock Bukaboom. Okay? We got Brock Bukaboom. We just tendered a qualifying offer for him, so that's all that was. But, you know, you never know what's going to happen with John Gibson here. You know, green stars shoot up way quicker than yellow stars do, but you never know. You never know. You might get a jump from Gibson, and he may be an 83 or an 84 when we start the season. I doubt it. I'm thinking he's going to be an 80 by the time we get this season underway. And you know what? Some people have mentioned here the cap space issues. We're going to run into cap space issues, yada, yada, yada. You know what? We will, eventually. You're right. But the fact of the matter is we're not there yet. Let's deal with that when it comes to it. One piece at a time. We currently have $15 million in salary cap. And I'm going to try and keep it like that for that reason. Because I do know that the day is coming when the young guys are going to want more money. There's no doubt about it. We're going to have not Nemistikov. We're going to have Kucherov and Drouin both asking for probably, like he said, $10 million. Wow, the past 3 years have flown by since we picked you to head the Tampa Bay Lightning as GM. This is the final year of a contract, but depending on how well you do, we'll offer you a renewal. I'm looking for 39 wins this season. Okay? All right, so let's go take a look. Let's do GM options and let's do roster moves. We'll edit lines from there. So we'll see how good everybody got. So it looks like Jonathan Drouin's an 87 overall. So is Kucherov. So that top pair will be dynamite. Yakupov's an 86. Hagelin's still an 85. Schultz jumped up to an 85. Keith Ollie jumped up to an 83. That's a good jump for him. Looks like, who the hell is this? Kirby Reichel. Holy, what a jump for Reichel. 84 overall left wing power forward. Look at the shot. Oh my God, look at his shot. 99 slap shot power, 91 accuracy, and the wrist shot power is at 95. Look at his puck control and hand-eye. And he's got 92 body checking. Kirby Reichel. Where the hell did this guy... Did we draft him? Or did we just sign him? This may be one of the players we signed. Wow. What a jump. That guy's going to have some NHL work. Oscar Pallet looks like he's only a 78, so he's going slow as a 3.5 yellow star player. So maybe Pallet finds himself playing the fourth line instead of the third line, and Reichel ends up playing the third line. This kind of throws a chink in our plan, but you know what? That's a happy result there. Childerose, 78. Johnny Oduya, 78. We knew about that. Killorn, yeah, we knew about you. And Finn Kosmachuk. Kosmachuk's a 3.5. Finn is a 4, yeah. So we'll probably, let's see here, goalies too. I wanted to check our goalies. John Gibson, so he went to a 79. So that's exactly what we expected of him. And looks like Pascal also is, he jumped up a little bit, 2 overall to 76. So, first things first, let's call up Reichel. Okay. And let's send down Kosmachuk. Let's send down... Oh, no, we want Nystrom. Let's send down Killorn. We'll keep those guys. We're going to take a look here and see exactly what this looks like for now. All skaters. Palette. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'll call him up. And who else was there? Was that it? Okay. Let's... Oh, hold on. Goalies. Ray Emery. Right, we signed Ray Emery to be our backup. That's right, I forgot about that. But you know what? Ray Emery's going to end up playing in the AHL for me. Oops. We're going to call up Gibson. He's going to be our backup. You know, when we signed Emery, it was to play backup. There's no doubt about it. So it's not a big deal for me. Let's edit the lines. Best lines here. So they've got Jonathan Drouin playing next to Kucherov and Crosby. I'm going to keep it like that for now. We'll see how it goes. If I don't like that, we'll probably switch it around like this. Get these 2 right wings interchangeable. Or we'll just do it like this. This gives us a nice little option where we can interchange those playmakers and still give them an elite sniper at some point. We probably will change it around, but you never know. Now, Chad LaRose, and I believe it's power forward, 2-way forward, and what's the other option with that? Is it a playmaker? It's a playmaker. So let's put Oscar Pallet on that 3rd line alongside Tyrell and Reichel. That is a positive combination in this game. And Reichel at 84 overall, that's an awesome result. I'm glad we've got him now. Good player, good jump for him. Good to see that, absolutely. And that's where I think you guys are saying that, you know, Adam Ernie can jump like crazy. Because look at Kirby Reichel. He jumped up way high. I mean, this is his first year. This is going to be excellent. Very good. We'll take a look at defense. So Hedman and Hamilton are both 87. So is Zach Bogosian. Jesus. That's crazy. And then we got Johnny Oduya, Keith Ollie on that. That's an awesome defensive core, guys. I don't think that there's any doubting that we're going to have a good team this year. And then Hellenius and Gibson. The future is bright in Tampa. There's no doubt about it. Let's do best lines here. Killorn, Ernie. Ernie's getting up there now. 76 overall, 2-way forward. Was he 74 before we stopped? So he did jump a little bit, I believe. That's nice to see. Oh, I wanted to take a look at our power play. Because I feel like that's something I can definitely play with. Drouin and Kucherov. Hagelin, Yakupov, and Filppula. I don't think I want to put Hagelin on here. Hagelin's good, but man, our top 4 defensemen are crazy. I think I want to put Reichel on here. I want to try Reichel because Kirby Reichel, is he a left-handed shooter? He's a left-handed shooter with 95 wrist shot power. He doesn't have the best accuracy, but his slap shot is crazy. Let's give him an opportunity to play on the power play. I think he'll be a better option than Carl Hagelin. Jonathan Drouin and Kucherov, they're both lefties, right? Or is Kucherov a righty? Yeah, lefty. And Drouin is also a lefty. Let's leave them on their natural. My God, look at his shot. 98 slap shot power, 97 accuracy, and then 97 wrist shot power, or actually a 94 power. Holy, this kid's crazy. Jonathan Drouin, an elite player. What is the Kucherov shooting categories at? 95 wrist shot power, 89 accuracy. It is an embarrassment of offensive riches, truly, the Tampa Bay Lightning. And Kucherov's 22 years old. Jonathan Drouin's what? 20? 20 years old. This kid's going to score 50 goals this year. Mark my words, that kid's scoring 50 goals. And Sidney Crosby's going to have probably one of his better years. I'm saying over 100 points. Yakupov, it'll be interesting to see how he gets. I mean, he's a good playmaker. 91 passing. He's a fast player with 91 speed. Awesome. All right, so yeah, let's leave it like this. We'll see how this goes for now. 4-man power. Actually, you know what? That's the one thing we need to do is Hamilton. Is he a lefty? He's a righty. All right, let's leave it like that then. And then Hedman is a lefty. And Bogosian is probably also a lefty. Oh, no, he's a righty. Let's switch him around on the defensive power play here. Or on the power play here. Crosby and Drouin, Filppula and Kucherov. One thing we might want to do is, because Jonathan Drouin has like 75 face-offs. 80 face-offs. My bad. Jonathan Drouin has 80 face-offs. Filppula has 80 face-offs too? Okay, never mind. Then let's leave it like that, I suppose. Penalty kill, Sidney Crosby, Jonathan Drouin, Filppula, and Reichel. Sure, why not? What's first off, what's Jonathan Drouin's defensive awareness? 90. 90 defensive awareness. Wow, that's really impressive. And then, yep, okay, good. All right, 4-on-4 like that. All right, let's take a look at the shootout really quick. Crosby, Drouin, Kucherov, Yakupov, Hagelin. Good with me. All right. That's where I'm going to leave it, guys. I hope you like the changes we made to the team. I think we've got a couple pleasant surprises One of the things I wanted to see was check to see if anybody's scratched. We'll just go to coaching options and edit lines here and see if anybody's scratched that we need to send down before we get too far into this. Finn is still there, so we're just gonna go and send Finn down really quick. There's no point in having him up here. Finn, go down, and then we'll go to edit lines, best lines, defense, Barbero, Marmira, Bukaboom. Where is our boy? So we got some scratch players here, don't we? We've got D'Angelo scratched. That's probably why he's not getting any better. Let's unscratch D'Angelo. Let's dress him. And who do they have? Is there any defensemen that are just terrible, that don't have any reason playing? Olsen. Scratch Olsen. There you go. So let's put D'Angelo in here. Just give him. He needs to play. D'Angelo. All right, there you go. Good. Okay, so we'll leave it like that. Let's go to 4-on-4 lines. Oh, they want here, D'Angelo. Where are you, D'Angelo? There you are. My bad. All right, perfect. So yeah, I'll leave it there, guys. We'll get the season started. It's going to be an interesting year. We got all kinds of shooters. It should be very good. Until next time, I'm Target Audience. You guys have a good one.